In recent years, something unusual has been catching the attention of millions of viewers around the world. Major global events, international sports ceremonies, music concerts, award shows, and so many other international or even national events have one thing in common. They are kickstart tier events with ceremonies that are filled with satanic symbols and mockery of religion. All of them are beginning to share one disturbing feature: dark symbolism that many people find deeply unsettling. What was once about unity, culture, and celebration is now being replaced by imagery that feels strange, confusing, and spiritually empty. And the latest example comes from one of the biggest sporting events on Earth, the Winter Olympics. The 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy were supposed to begin with a message of peace and unity. World leaders attended, celebrities filled the stadium, and two Olympic flames were lit together to symbolize harmony between the host cities. But one visual moment quickly dominated social media. During the opening ceremony, performers formed a shape that strongly resembled a pentagram. The initial impression of this sporting event suggested that the organizers intended for the audience to participate in a ritual, specifically a satanic ritual. Most of us are fully aware that the ceremony was filled with symbols associated with Satanism and occult practices, and it felt deeply inappropriate for a global event meant to unite people of all religions and cultures. Social media exploded with questions. Why use such symbols? Why bring controversial imagery into a neutral sporting event? What message is really being sent? What is the hidden intention of the organizers behind intentionally placing these occult symbols in sports spheres? As many already know, the Winter Olympics is not at all a local sporting event. It is watched by millions or maybe billions across the globe. This time, the chief guests of the opening ceremony were J.D. Vance, the Vice President of USA, and his wife, Usha Vance. Representatives from all nations were present, and everyone was expecting to see symbols that may send messages of unity and love. But what did the world witness instead? What did billions of people watching this ceremony on their TV screens witness instead? Ceremony filled with hidden as well as open satanic symbols, including that of a pentagram. For those who don't know, the inverted pentagram is broadly used in Satanism, sometimes depicted with the goat's head of Baphomet, which has been popularized by the Church of Satan since 1968. What does this mean? Did the organizers of the Winter Olympics want the opening ceremony to be a satanic ritual and the whole world to be as a satanic church as the ceremony was watched from every corner of the world? Surprisingly, this is not an isolated incident. Just 2 years ago, during the Paris Olympics opening ceremony, another controversy erupted. A performance appeared to parody Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, using modern theatrical elements and stylized costumes. That time, too, it was quite evident that the organizers wanted to mock Christianity openly. The backlash became so intense that organizers were forced to issue a public apology. And even after that, the games were surrounded by criticism and negative headlines. This shows a pattern. Once symbolism enters the ceremony, it becomes more important than the sport itself. Earlier in France, another public event featured massive mechanical figures, dark costumes, and theatrical displays that many viewers described as unsettling and ritual-like. The weirdest part was the presence of huge mechanical figures representing demons Lilith and Baal. Of demons Lilith and Baal. That time, too, it was so obvious that that parade or event was actually a satanic ritual of which all of France was a part. Instead of celebrating human creativity, these shows focused on themes of darkness, chaos, and power. Similar visuals have appeared again and again in global concerts and festivals. Even music concerts are no longer just about music. One very recent example is a Travis Scott concert that featured heavy, demonic-style visuals, dark lighting, strange stage symbolism, and aggressive ritual-like performances. Many people lost their lives during that concert. The surprising part is that, despite being repeatedly warned to stop the concert because people were falling unconscious on the floor, the concert continued. The organizers appeared to want some people to perish as a sacrifice for the devilish concert. Millions of young people attend these shows. What message are they absorbing? Not faith, not values, not on purpose, but darkness dressed as entertainment. Individually, each event can be explained as art or creative expression. But when the same type of symbolism appears again and again, in sports, in music, in fashion, in global ceremonies, it raises a serious question. Are people slowly being desensitized? Are we being trained to see dark imagery as normal, as cool, and as acceptable? This new trend is extremely dangerous, as we know that Shaitan does not force people suddenly into disbelief. He works slowly, step by step, through attraction. Both normalization and entertainment play a significant role in this process. Shaitan beautifies evil and makes it appear harmless. When concerts, games, and ceremonies replace remembrance of Allah with symbols of darkness, the heart becomes weaker. What begins as just a performance becomes a mindset. Young generations start believing that this is modern, this is powerful, and it represents a new definition of freedom. And slowly, faith feels outdated. Most people watching these events are unaware. They cheer, they record on their phones, and they share clips online. Very few stop to ask, why this imagery? Why now? Why everywhere? Those who understand and whose senses are still alive can recognize that these symbols are not accidental. They are deliberately introduced in major events by the elites working behind closed doors who are preparing the stage for the Dajjal. These symbols may look harmless to some, but repeated exposure shapes minds. When darkness is presented as art, when mockery is called creativity, and when faith is removed from public life, society slowly drifts away from Allah. This is not about fear, it is about awareness. We, as Muslims and human beings, must safeguard our hearts and children from messages that elevate confusion over truth. Not everything that shines is light, and not every show is harmless. The question is not, who designed these ceremonies? The real question is, what kind of world are we being prepared for? A world of unity and respect, or a world that celebrates darkness as culture? Only awareness can protect us, only faith can anchor us, and only Allah knows best. That's all for today. If you found the video informative, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Jazakum Allahu khairan.